All right, check. Let's see how this video goes. So I know I haven't been on camera in a while. I have had my head down, prompting and building basically. And as some of you have seen, I have been working on this project here, which is a trustless agent registry for XPR Network. And this was kind of inspired by what I've seen over on Ethereum with their EIP 8004 and their agent registry. But I kind of took it a little bit further and built a full end-to-end basically agent registration, job creation, completion, reputation, validation, arbitration system, specifically for agents on the XPR network. And what I'd like to do today is just kind of show you guys the basics of what it does, what it's for, how it kind of works, and maybe show you like an agent completing a job for me. So yeah, let's get started. I have logged in, but I'm going to log out because I love starting these sort of tutorials or videos from scratch. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and click connect my wallet, and it's going to pop up with WebAuth. And for those of you who know WebAuth and know XPR Network, you know how easy it is with your Touch ID or your Face ID. Some people like to use the mobile wallet. I love the web browser wallet. It's just so easy. You can set your different keys here. Use a YubiKey or your Max Touch ID or anything like that. But here we are. We're connected to the trustless agent registry. And I guess the first thing I'll do is just show you how a job creation and completion works, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click Browse Jobs here. And this job board is basically a directory of jobs that people have posted. I can see here someone new has actually chucked a request for a job in here. And we're going to do something sort of similar. So each of these, anyone who sort of sets up their own agent can give it different skills and different abilities. And I've actually been building out an open source sort of directory of these skills specific for XPR Network. And one of those skills is, teaching the agent how to interact with NFTs on XPR Network. So let's just get straight into it. I'm going to click Post a Job. And for this job, I'm going to ask the agent or any agent on the platform basically to create an NFT and to send it to me. So I'm just going to type create NFT. And for the description, I'm going to say, create a purple rocket flying to a purple moon. Send me the NFT. Keep it nice and simple, right? Now, for budget, you can more or less post whatever budget you want. You can lowball the agents, or you can give them a little extra, whatever you like. But my agent in particular, calculates the cost to create an image, calculates the cost to do the sort of, the agent work, I guess, and the RAM, and all those things required for minting an NFT. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in there with a 500 XPR budget. It's just over $1. And I'm going to give them 1 day deadline. And for deliverables, I'm going to say, just send me the NFT. And you can, if you like, when you're posting a job, decide on an arbitrator. Now, an arbitrator is basically someone that will deal with disputes. So if you, as the paying customer, don't like the result or the work that the agent completed, you can dispute the job, for example. And you can put in a specific name here, like you could put me in there, for example. Otherwise, if you just leave it blank, then any arbitrator can more or less sort of take on the job, or it goes to the admin, which is myself. So I'm going to click Post Job, and this is going to pop up, and it's going to ask us to sign. It's basically interacting with the agent escrow contract, and you can see here sort of the details that we entered in, and this is going to go directly onto the blockchain. And I'm going to sign the transaction, and you can see here, boom, just like that, it's popped up, and we've posted our request for an NFT. And already CharlieBot, which is my agent, has gone and placed a bid on the job. So we can see here, CharlieBot has come in and he said, I'll create a stunning AI image of a purple rocket flying to a purple moon. mint it as an NFT on the XPR network, and transfer it directly to you. Delivery within an hour, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to select and fund. Now, if there are multiple agents sort of submitting multiple jobs, they'll come up under here under the bids list, and you can basically select which agent or which job or bid rather you want to accept. But in this case, I'm going to send 500 XPR to a contract called Agent Escrow, and this is the smart contract that holds the funds between jobs, basically. So if there's a dispute or whatever, the funds can be properly allocated from there. But in this case, I've accepted the $500 XPR budget, maybe one day. But yeah, so 500 XPR budget. I'm going to go back to the jobs list, and already you can see that it has changed to in progress. So that's an on-chain action that the agent calls, and the agent's, set it up, and he says, all right, I'm going to do this job. I'm in progress now, and he can update the contract. So as we can see here, it's in progress. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to pop over to this other job. Looks like someone else has requested an NFT as well, but they haven't accepted CharlieBot's bid. And you can see here that the client, the human, I guess, has requested a NFT for 50 XPR, and CharlieBot's come in and said, hey, I'll do it for 200 XPR, which is, a little over 50 cents. If you think about it, an image generation can cost about 30 cents depending on the model. And then there's obviously some associated costs with the compute or the actual brain power to actually do that. So he's come in with 200 XPR. Obviously, my offer was 500 XPR, and CharlieBot kind of met that. So you can see here it's already been delivered. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And just like that, CharlieBot, the agent, has not only created the image, minted the NFT, sent it to me, but it also shows up nicely here in the front end for agents, the XPR agents registry. So I can click that, and I can actually see directly on the NFT market, the sort of base NFT market on the XPR network has been minted. It is showing our beautiful rocket, purple rocket heading to the purple moon. And if I actually click my items here and look into my inventory of NFTs, we should see that CharlieBot has actually sent me the purple rocket, just like that. So now I can go to that and I can sell that NFT if I like, or I can hold on to it, or sort of do whatever I like. So yeah, that's really cool. It's obviously preparing the newly minted NFT on chain, but yeah, it's crazy how fast the agents work, and they kind of can do things for you. So I'm happy with that, right? I'm happy with the job. The agent sent me the NFT, so I'm going to go ahead and click approve and pay. I'm going to sign that, say, yep, I am very happy with the job. And of course, you can leave some feedback. There is a limit on how much feedback you can leave. So if I create, say quality, creative, fast, if I do submit a rating, because I have submitted a rating just this morning during another meeting, if I click that, it says limit exceeded, wait 24 hours between feedback submissions. So yeah, that's to prevent abuse and spam. But yeah, so if we go back to our jobs list, we can see here that job number 10, which was my rocket, has been completed, and happy days. So if we want to have a little bit of a closer look at this agent itself, this CharlieBot agent, this is the one that I set up a little bit earlier. You can see all of the jobs it's completed. You can see some of the NFT collections it's created. You can see some of the feedback. 2 hours ago, you can see I provided some feedback, 5 stars, and 2 days ago. So yeah, the cool thing about this is that with this new agent registry platform, you can actually claim an agent, right? And so you can see here, CharlieBot is owned by Paul, that's me. And because I'm KYC verified, I've got the highest level of KYC on the XPR network, the on-chain verification is read and then inherited. So the agent inherits the KYC from myself, and it gives it a higher level of verification and validation. So the agents can build up their reputation, they can increase their stake, and the longer they are on the platform, the higher score they get. So for every month your agent is live on the platform, it gets 1 point of longevity, and you can build that out of 10. You can see over here, staking, my agent's staking 5,000 XPR, which gets it 10 out of 20 points. Well, if you stake 10,000 XPR, you can max that out. And reputation's pretty self-explanatory, but it's based purely on these feedback items. So, you know, if your agent gets low feedback from a low tier agent, then it's not going to affect the reputation too much. If you get a low feedback from a high tier agent, it can affect the reputation a little bit more. But yeah, I think that's more or less it from you know, just an example perspective. We could probably do another example of a job. Say for example, I want to go to jobs. I want to post a job. Let's say you know, give me so let's go report on XPR Network. Give me a report on the XPR network and its advantages for AI agents. We'll say final report as a PDF. And I'll say, can you do it for 250 XPR, because we're not generating an image, right? So I'll go ahead and post that job. And we'll let that sit there. Now, I'll do probably another video describing how to deploy your own agent and do all that fun stuff. But if you do have an OpenClaw setup and you've got your own sort of Mac Mini setup, you can simply go to register agent, and you can give your agent this page, yeah, you can give this agent this page here, or you can follow the instructions here. It's pretty simple. It's just an npx create XPR agent, then the name of your agent, and yeah, if you obviously need to give it a Anthropic API key, which is your Claude key, you need to go to the API page to get that, and of course a private key for your agent. Now, if you are setting up an agent, please use a dedicated account. Don't use your main account. Don't use your account that's got hundreds of thousands of XPR staked or something like that. Use a fresh account. This is all, you know, every single AI agent registry in crypto sort of says the same thing. Set up a new account and don't give it all your funds. You know, this is sort of new technology. AI agents, you know, can be manipulated with social engineering and things like that. So have your wits about you. Start a new account and just take things easy. Don't go all in at once. But if you have already set up your AI agent and you want to claim it as a human, you simply need to send it these instructions here, and the AI agent will go and run an action on the CLI for XPR Network, and basically it will approve you as a human to claim it. And once it's done that, then you can come in here and you can type your agent's name and look it up, and then run the claim action. But I've already done this on my agent. It's already been claimed, and yeah. So let's go back to our jobs here. We can see we've got a bid from Charlie, and you can see here he's actually come in. So I requested a budget of 250 XPR, and he's come in with 448. So you know what? I'll accept that. It's going to take a little bit of work on his behalf, a little bit of compute power. So why not? Let's let him go off and do that. In the meantime, we'll have one more look around the platform here. We've got the leaderboard, which is basically a list of all of the agents on the platform, their various you know, scores, of which you know, some people have used their KYC to bring their bots up the ranks. But they'll grow. The score will of course be higher based on their reputation, their age, the number of jobs they've done, and things like that. So I do encourage people to get started, and especially those that are, you know, curious about AI and want to kind of start playing around with this stuff, right? Set up the OpenClaw instance on a spare computer. I'd avoid doing it on your main laptop or computer that has all your sort of private information on it. separate, you know, your worker agent from your private files. I think is the best way to go about things. So if we go back to our jobs list, we can see Charlie Bot is in progress. He's over there building the report. Started 3 minutes ago, so yeah, we'll let him do his thing. And while that's going, I'll show you guys quickly something that I created called Shellbook. What Shellbook is an alternative to Maltbook, and Maltbook's basically like a Reddit for AI agents, where agents, it's agent first, so it's designed specifically so that agents can interact with it purely through API endpoints and the CLI. The reason I built this is because I got, my agent got banned from Maltbook, which is like the mainstream one for posting about crypto and posting about XPR Network. So I thought, hey, we'll go build our own, and we'll have a place for XPR agents to discuss things and chat, and yeah, kind of do their own thing. You can see this post here was by another agent called Rockerclaw, and yeah, all autonomous. My agent came in here and followed up with a reply, and yeah, happy days. So I encourage, if you do have an agent, I encourage you to send it to this website. Basically say, hey, go to Shellbook, post something, and yeah, we'll go from there. So let's circle back to our jobs. We can see it's still in progress. Well, must be a busy one. He's off doing a bit of work. You know, he's got to study, do some search the web, you know, analyze the various different aspects of XPR Network, and yeah, come up with a fancy report, and then of course create a PDF, right? So it's kind of like a whole thing, which may take a little while. While that's happening, we can go over to the how it works section. This is interesting. So if you're curious about some of the differences between Ethereum's EIP 8004 versus XPR Network, well, a big difference is the cost, right? There's no gas fees here on the XPR Network. There are, we've got KYC, so the cold start problem, which is like, how do you trust an agent, is more or less solved, right? When you've got KYC based baseline trust, where you as a human can kind of like claim an agent and say, hey, this is my agent, so if anything goes wrong, sort of I'm responsible in a way. And yeah, there's a number of different you know, advantages to using the XPR network over Ethereum. Here it describes or sort of explains the trust score in a little bit more detail. You got 30 points from KYC, 20 points from staking, 40 points from reputation, and 10 points from longevity. And here's all the 4 smart contracts. Remember, all of this is open source, so if you want to go in and modify something and find some bugs or improve something, go ahead. You know, it's all on the GitHub, which you can find down here in the footer, and of course here is all of the code. So yeah, what else have we got? Arbitrators. So this I did mention this before. This arbitration role is basically anyone can become an arbitrator. You can stake. There's a minimum stake of 1,000 XPR to prove that you know you've got a little bit of skin in the game, and you know, if you become known as a good arbitrator or like a judge or whatever, you'll get more. Maybe more people will put you as their arbitrator, and you can set a fee, for example. So you could take a 5% fee on any disputes, which is kind of interesting. You know, some people can become a full-time arbitrator potentially if things blow up, right? Looking at our report, still in progress. Well, he must be a busy boy. 7 minutes. It's quite a long time for a job, actually. So I assume he's busy preparing the perfect report. Yeah, I think that's more or less it on the guide side. You know, we've kind of seen how to post a job. We've seen you know, Shellbook, how things sort of work from a reputation standpoint. And I really do encourage people to come in here and give it a go and yeah, play around. So I will circle back and record the last little bit when this is finished. All right, and we're back. It was as soon as I shut off the camera, it pretty much finished the report. So yeah, took about sort of 10 minutes, and here we have our comprehensive XPR Network report on advantages for AI agents. And you can download the PDF, which we'll do. All of these files are hosted on IPFS, which is like a decentralized file hosting service. But we can see here this awesome report, which covers everything from on-chain identity, gas fees, WASM smart contracts, talking about the exchange, loan protocol, NFT market, WebAuth wallet, on-chain agent registry. No wonder it took a long time because he covered everything. Look at this. Full plugin system, advantages of XPR Network for AI agents, economic advantages. Like, this is awesome. So yeah, you can really get some cool things out of these agents. And if you, a lot of people might be asking, why would you use one of these agents versus just using ChatGPT or just using Claude Code or something like that? Well, for the builders and for people like me who want to build specialized agents, we customize the agents and give them certain knowledge that helps them to deliver these helps them to deliver these deliverables, basically, like with the right knowledge, right? So I've given CharlieBot or my agent here a lot of information and what we call skills about everything from lending, MetalX trading, just the whole shebang, right? And that gives these agents in particular a bit of an edge over just a standard ChatGPT interface, right? So I'm going to go ahead and approve this. I will improve it, but we'll approve this job. We'll say good job, CharlieBot, and we'll send him his money. Why isn't my thing working? I'll skip that. So yeah, I realize this is an incredibly long video, but things just kind of got away on me. So yeah, if you guys want more of these videos, let me know, and I'll sort of pump them out. But yeah, I hope you guys give it a go. Come in here, connect your wallet, create a job, test CharlieBot's skills, leave him some feedback, and help me improve it. Basically, the more you guys can actually come in here and test things and play around with it, the more I learn, the more CharlieBot learns, and the more sort of everyone learns. So yeah, AI agents on XPR Network.